Good morning.
Morning, my love. How are we?
Oh, we're very good. Very good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm really well, thank you. And you?
Good, yeah. Good. Good to be here as always.
Yes,
And good afternoon and good evening and good night to anyone else listening into different time zones. As always, we are all inclusive of all times and space
absolutely.
realities.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, feeling a little excited as usual today because I love our work.
It's incredible. And we've just been incredibly giddy for the first half an hour of this
Yeah.
behind the scenes. So
Yeah,
this might come through that we are kind of like a little giddy puppy with what we're going to talk about because we've got a slightly different slant on this one, haven't we?
we have, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, which is what
So
we
this
love.
week we do, and we brought you a lot of stuff about emotions that are maybe not so helpful. This focus is all around manifestation, but not in the way that you necessarily have been used to seeing it. So when I talk about manifestation, what we're going to do is look at it through the lens of setting a goal. Now, you can do this with any goal that you want. Today, we're going to do financial goals because from what I see and from what you may see as well, and this is not a fear-inducing tactic, but there is a lot of stuff going on the world stage, and there's a general fear of I'd kind of like a bit more money because I
Mm.
kind of want to feel a bit safer with what's going on, right? So it feels important to just present that for a start.
Yeah.
And what might be really nice is to take you through an exercise that I do with lots of clients, which is about it's actually aimed at setting outrageous goals and dissolving what I call the resistance underneath the numbers. Because
Mm.
whenever you start thinking about money, you're going to have a reaction, what I call a root reaction,
Hmm.
based on maybe your family's paradigm about money or something that happened,
Yeah.
when you were little or whatever that you probably don't even connect the dots on. And you'll be carrying emotions in your body probably without realizing it. And every
Mhm.
time you think about money, bang, it comes up again.
Yeah.
And you may or may not be sent into a stress response, either that be getting aggressive and fighting and coming out, all fist blazing, rah, I'm going to prove it to someone, or freezing and going, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Fawning and giving all your money away and putting up with late payments from customers and all those sorts of things that we do
Yeah.
in
Hmm.
business, right? So
Yeah.
how does that sit? Does that feel like something that would be
Yeah.
really cool?
I think money is such a fascinating subject because it's not a real thing. It's not a
Mm.
thing. It's an energy. It even says written on money, this is I owe the bearer of this, whatever the writing is on money. It's not, we have coins and notes to
Yeah.
represent an energy. It's not actually a thing like a tree, is it? And people have it's kind of feels like it's got a world of its own almost. Like there's so much attached to money and so many beliefs, and like everything triggers all your stuff. Whatever, you could stare at a wall and trigger all your stuff,
Mm.
but money is really emotive because we can't function without it in this world,
Yeah.
really. We've got to pay rent, we've got to eat food, you've got to buy that stuff.
100%.
And yeah, as I say, it's fascinating when you work with the subject, because people feel powerless. Well, people
Mm.
feel all sorts of things, and as you say, we're told at the moment in the media all the time we're in recession, we're in, this is we are in a financial crisis, but some people go, oh, are we? Okay, right. And if they say, oh, everything's all right, I go, oh, everything's all right, okay. So
Mm.
people respond to what they're told,
Yeah.
which is true of every situation as
Yeah.
well, like how the world is. So when you can focus on your own stuff, know
Yes.
that you're okay, whatever whatever the number is, you're okay that you have.
Yeah.
um but yeah, I love working with money and talking about money.
Mm. It's so important to me because as somebody who's been through, my own share of debt and disappointment and not enough income. I mean, I was a good earner in corporate, I was on nearly 60 grand a year. It was a good deal. And I've always been the main breadwinner and all of that kind of thing. And my business has always been fine, and there's that next level. And so a lot of people have what we call a set point, or a glass ceiling, if you want to refer
Yeah.
to it as that, a financial set point that they struggle to get past. And
Yeah.
you'll know what that is because it's what your average earnings have always been. That's your
Yeah.
financial set point, right?
Yeah. And like you
Right.
said earlier as well, you can't like kind of leave the family pattern. Like that glass ceiling can be set by all for all sorts of reasons.
Yeah.
And I was talking about this with a friend actually the other day. It's like I've always felt I can't earn more than my parents did, or I can't outshine anyone basically, or do any better because I'll show them up. There's all these different things that are feeding into it.
That's it. And most of which, at least in my experience and that of my clients, a lot of it is unconscious. You don't even
Yeah,
realize that you're thinking those things, feeling those things, and you maybe certainly don't join the dots between the feelings you have about money and the patterns that are underneath it. So,
yeah.
you know, the basis for everything, and this, excuse me, I'm just going to cough 1 second. When I learnt this,
Mm.
it absolutely blew my noggin, because noggin is colloquial for head from Lincolnshire. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, I'm a bit slangy, but it blew my noggin because I was like, everything I'd ever thought about money involved some element of shame, self-blame, uh,
Mm.
you know, self-flagellation, negative self-talk. I should be better than this. Why can't I get my SHIT together? Blah, 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 blah. All the stuff that we say to
Yeah,
ourselves, we would probably never
I
dare.
thought that was a financial form when you were spelling that out. I don't
No,
think I've got one of those. Oh, that, yeah.
no, it's not an SH1T. I like
Have I
that.
done that?
Yeah. SH1T
I
form.
definitely haven't got that form.
Oh, that's funny. We need to do a joke about that on social. Love it. And it's very poignant because, you know, that is, it seems to be the main thing that accompanies people's money situation. And I'll give you an
Mm.
example of, it doesn't follow, it's not linear that it's only people who have got not a lot of money or not enough money, because I know somebody who's got 350,000 plus in the bank and won't invest 2 grand on themselves,
Yeah,
right?
because it's
And
not
struggle
about
to
what it
invest
is,
more.
it's about how you feel about it.
Exactly.
And you could,
Yeah,
Elon Musk lost how many billions?
yeah.
He's got fear as well,
Yeah.
like everybody has to
Would too
some.
if I lost billions of pounds, yes.
Yeah,
And
well,
I'm
he had
sure he'll
some
make it
left,
back.
I think. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's so important. So following that thread, how you
Mm,
feel when not only when you think about money, but visually when you see money, it will elicit a root response in you that
mm.
goes right back to that initial thing. And you don't even have to know what that is. So I'm going to take you through an exercise that I absolutely adore doing that is going to show you what I call the resistance underneath the numbers. Right.
Okay,
So
fab.
it's
Love it.
very cool. And if you are listening or if you're watching on YouTube, play along, grab yourself something to write on and with, and do this as we do it, because I swear to you, this is a game changer. Because it directly, when we do the tapping at the end, because you don't get away with it, we're going to do some
We're actually
as
going to
well.
clear it. What?
Yeah. It actually starts to change it where the rubber meets the road. So you will start to see money coming in
Yeah.
after this. We don't guarantee anything. And every single time I've done this, money comes in easily.
Mm,
So what I'm going to invite you to do is get excited for one, because it's
yeah.
good stuff. And I want
Yeah.
you to think about a financial goal that you would like to achieve. Now, that might be what you want to earn in the next 2 weeks, but what is more useful sometimes is, how much would you love to earn, either per month or per year, that would feel really comfortable to you? And what I mean by that is, you don't have to stress about money anymore. So thinking about your expenses, and maybe add another grand or two on top for comfort level,
Mm-hmm.
and write down that number. So I'm going to do it monthly. I'm going to do it with you. And I would like, yeah. Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So
yeah.
what I want you to do is, and this sounds arbitrary and it really isn't, I want you to point to that number
Mm-hmm.
on the page, wherever you've written it. And I want you to say these statements out loud after me, or to yourself if you're not in a position to. And then I'm going to ask you how true they feel, if 100% is completely true, right? As a
Okay.
percentage. So I want it.
I want it. True. 100%.
100% true. All right. I can do it.
I can do it. 98% true.
Ooh, love that. I deserve it.
I definitely deserve it. 100%.
Okay. And it'll probably be really hard.
It will probably be really hard. It will probably be really hard. It's 50% true.
Okay. So initially, thank you for that. That is where the majority of the resistance is at the
Yeah.
moment with that number. It's the fact that you find, yes, you know you can do it, you have the ability, but it's going to be hard. And under that statement of it'll probably be hard is the feeling of, what if I have to sacrifice time, energy, love, you know, sleep, whatever,
Something.
too much in order to get there.
So what came up for me was I don't know how to do it.
It's the how. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what is tied to that. It'll probably be really hard because none of us know quite everything, do we? And so
Yeah.
there's that. I can do it. I have the ability. I just need to know how.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do the next part. So I want you to take that number that you initially wrote and I want you to double it or treble it
Ooh.
or treble it,
Ooh.
whichever.
I'm happy to treble. Let's go big.
Go big or go home. I'm going to treble it too.
Yeah.
So now this is going to be really interesting. We're going to do the same thing again. So I want you to point to that number and look at it and say, I want it.
I want it.
What's your percentage?
That's really interesting
Mm,
because we've already got the resistance coming up. I do want it,
but
but
yeah.
so the answer to that statement is 90%.
Okay.
90% true.
Okay. I can do it.
I can do it. I can do it. Yeah. I do think I can do it.
And as a
With
percentage?
help. With help. We
Yeah.
came in. As a percentage, 100%.
Okay. I deserve it.
I deserve it. 87, apparently.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Love how specific you get.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be really hard.
It will probably be really hard. It's off the scale impossible. I've no idea. The first number I have done once. This one, no way near.
Okay. And so as a percentage, what might that be?
What was the question again? How
It'll
hard is
probably
it?
be really hard.
It'll
And
probably be really hard. Do you know what's interesting is like it feels so like impossible that it doesn't even register as a possibility.
exactly. So it's dissociated
Yeah.
almost. Yeah.
Like,
So I'm going to put it as 100% true that it'll probably be really hard
yeah.
because it is 100%
Yeah.
plus. Okay. So you can see that this is often why, and this is just a tiny bit, this is often why business owners who work for themselves especially don't set financial goals and do this work. They don't set them because of this underlying thing that they may not even be aware of. So when you start increasing your income, your energy system is literally pulling back. No, 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 I don't know how to
Yeah.
do it. I don't know how to do it. I've got no idea.
Yeah.
And you dissociate.
Yeah.
I'm going to
And
try
I've
some.
done quite a lot of goal setting. Every January is a group of us that get together. And every year I write down what I want. And I know I'm going, this is nonsense. It's not going to happen. Every year I'm like, yeah, okay, just pluck a number out of the air. That's all right. And like, because of all of this.
Yeah.
So I've done quite a lot of this goal
Yeah.
setting and
And
stuff.
I
But
know you work with a pendulum, don't you? And a pendulum links into your energy work, your energy system, and it will give you the right number. But if you then do this exercise, or either as well as or instead of, it will tell you why.
yeah.
So what I mean by that is we started with I'm going to pluck a number out of the air. So let's say 8 grand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comfort number. Your trebled number is 3 8 to 24. That's right, isn't it? So 24,000 as your trebled number, your resistances will be different because just like we go up the vibrational ladder with emotions, there's more resistance there because either it feels impossible or we're not sure we deserve that much, or oh, do we
Yeah.
have what it takes? Right?
Yeah.
All these questions start coming up.
And the other thing that came in was someone will take it.
Uh,
It's a
yeah.
reason not to have it.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So the more you have, the more risk.
Yeah.
Often, more money is more risk sometimes.
Well, which is for me a layer of abandonment.
Yeah. Yeah. And we share these things with you to be so crystal clear so that you can have the same revelations, right? Because once you know this stuff, you can't unknow it.
Yeah.
And it makes everything else clear that the block to everything is a
Yeah.
core wound, a core belief about
Yeah.
yourself, world. Right. I'm not
Yeah.
good enough.
It
I'm
comes
not.
down to 2 or 3 decisions. I'm not good enough. If I try or fail, I need people to like me. You know, these kind of,
Yeah.
everything rests on these foundation stones.
Yeah.
And if that foundation is wrong, like I'm not good enough, because everybody is good enough, whatever they've done, whoever they are good enough because they're alive, they just exist. That's enough. If you shift that foundation, all the stones above it shift.
Exactly.
What goosebumps.
So I'm going to try one last thing with you. This is really interesting. Pick a number in the middle of those two.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we're going to see if, because this might be the sweet spot. And
Ooh.
the reason that we're saying to do this is because then if everything aligns on this, that's the goal. Because
Okay, great.
emotionally, you're behind it energetically. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I love this stuff. Right. So
Yeah.
point to that number and say for
Yeah.
me, I want it.
I want it. Interesting, more resistance.
Okay.
I do want it. But again, it feels how true is that? I want it. Well, energy's just dropped immediately when I said that. So I'm just gonna say 40.
Okay. I'll explain that in a second because it's really common.
Mm,
I can do it.
I can do it. It will be a slog, but I could.
Okay. So how true does it feel?
As a percentage, 70.
Okay. So 70% of you believes you can do it.
Yeah.
30% of your energy, your enthusiasm, your passion is tied up in, oh, it's going to be a,
Oh my God.
you can feel that already, can't you? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
my jaw.
yeah. That's vagus nerve, that's stress, that's
Yeah,
everything
like
tied to. Yeah.
there's no point because I'm not gonna get that kind of thing.
Ah, no point.
No
Which then brings
point.
in feelings of helplessness, powerlessness, learn.
Oh, yeah.
This
Ugh.
sucks, doesn't it?
Just
But
have
we're
a little
gonna,
nap before we
yeah,
carry on.
that's
Oh.
why we're gonna happen in a minute. Now this is going to be interesting. I deserve it.
I deserve it. I deserve more than that.
So that's 100. Ah, so does
Yes.
that mean that
Energy
that
up.
percentage is lower, or does it mean that it's full 100%?
What is it again?
I
I
deserve it.
deserve it. I deserve that and more.
Yeah. Okay. And it'll probably be
150%.
150. Love it. Do you see how your deserving went up at that midpoint?
And I've got a bit of rage and like, yeah, come on.
Oof,
Yeah.
have it. Lovely. Right. It'll probably be really hard. How true does that feel?
It will probably be really, really hard. Whatever. I can do it
Yeah.
anyway. Eh, I can do
Okay.
hard. How true is it?
It'll probably be really
80%.
hard.
80%.
Right. So that's really interesting. So you have had a different energetic reading on every single one of those numbers. Now, can you imagine if you did this? You can do this so easily as a way to divine your next goal that you
Goal.
can
Yeah.
stand behind. So you
Yeah.
might want to do this afterwards, 11, everybody who's listening.
On the
And
11th.
you might want to do it in £1,000 increments, right? And go, right, where am I next aligned to? Because when you're aligned with it and your heart space goes, yes, 100% in every single way, except that it'll be really hard, which needs to be 0% or near as damn it, which we're going to tap on in a minute,
Yeah.
right? Because it's not that you want it to be 100% really hard. You don't. You want it to be the opposite.
Yeah.
You can then figure out, you can stand behind it. Your vibration is strong. The universe is magnetic. It can match it and bring it to you
Yeah.
easily because there's no crimp in the flow.
Yeah. And this is all about, I think we talked about this last time, or we have, intention. Intention is faster than thought, more powerful than anything you do, feel, say. That intention is the energy behind whatever you're doing. So it's the direction, it's the power. Intention. So the intention feeds the goal, feeds the manifestation.
Yeah.
And if your intention is wobbly, everything else is wobbly. You can't, you won't get there because you don't know where you're going.
And just to tie that in to chakras, if anybody listening is, because I do that sort of work as well, your intention is set in your higher heart. So if you imagine, you say, I want something, that comes from the heart space, right? Make it true. It's got to pass through the higher heart of intention to really feel it. And this is where the resistance is held, right? Here and here. You to be able to voice it, express it, and bring it into being through the throat chakra, right?
Oh.
Honest to God, laughing. This is this stuff is not woo. I cannot overstate that.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Yeah.
The other point I wanted to make was, imagine yourself now setting a goal for, say, 5 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just do that. Just for
Okay.
shits and giggles, because this is really interesting. 5 million, right? A cool
Teas
5
and giggles.
mil.
Thank you.
Yeah. And say out loud for me, I want it.
I want it.
How true
I
is that?
really do. That'd be so good. So fun.
Yeah. I can do it.
I can do it. Yeah.
Okay. I deserve it.
I deserve it. I'm not looking at the number. Should write down all. I just put 5M. I should write down all the zeros. How many zeros is that?
6.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can do that. I want that. I deserve it. I want it.
So what's your deserving percentage?
I deserve it. I deserve it. 82.
Okay. And it'll probably be really hard.
Yeah. There's got to be some kind of criminal activity going on.
Or a really big team.
And I'd be terrible at that. Like,
yeah. So what are we talking percentage-wise here? I love your humour.
probably be really hard. Yeah, off the scale. I've no idea. Wouldn't know where to
100+.
start.
All right. So the reason I'm doing this is, can you see that? Because I've written down all your percentages. Your percentages have actually been pretty much the highest at this, the 5 mil or the tripled number. Now,
Yeah.
the reason that we say, oh yeah, I can do it, I deserve it, yeah, no problem, bang, and we're straight in the zone with it, or we think we are, is because we dissociate from it.
Yeah.
Because the
It's
brain goes,
so
that is such a big number.
beyond.
I haven't got an effing clue how I get there.
Doesn't
So
mean
yeah,
anything.
it's lovely to want it, and in a way, it becomes a safe goal to set yourself because you
You're
know
not triggered.
you're
Yeah.
never
All
going to get
right. Yeah.
right? Or
Pigs
you
might
may
fly.
do. I'm not dissing it, but the nervous system goes, oh, we won't get there this year.
Yeah.
Therefore, and because we're not going to do the work for it because we actually don't believe, because we believe it's going to be really hard. And there's a part of us that's doubting we can do it anyway. So therefore, it's safe over there in a box.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why your doubled goal was the worst, because that actually is getting closer vibrationally. And that's when the body goes, oh shit, I'm going to actually have to do some work for this. And,
Oh.
oh my God, what if? Do you see how like that
Yeah.
vibrational?
And because that is already breaking out of the family, going out of your comfort zone, doing something differently, which is why this is what we do as practitioners, is trigger our clients because we want them to find it, feel it, and then move into something new. And just pops into my mind, people who win the lottery, suddenly 25 million pounds, they can do anything, they lose it in a couple of years because they haven't done this work, they don't know how to handle it. Like they feel alone, all their core issues come up, and it's like, well, I've got all the money and I'm still not happy.
Yeah, that's it. And if they have, which 99% of the people I've ever worked with on this, and I've worked with a lot, they have this underlying feeling of money is not safe because something will have happened when they were little. Maybe the main breadwinner lost all the money, or they passed away, or they divorced, or something, lost the house, catastrophic. And in your formative years, your nervous system has to give that a meaning.
Yeah.
And so it assigns money is not safe.
Yeah.
Right. So if you are running and your nervous system is wired with money is not safe, you won't attract it, you won't go after it. If you do get it, you won't hold on to it, and you won't go for the bigger goals. So you'll play small.
Yeah.
So you always, and that's how it keeps you stuck, this thermometer at this set point. It is literally like your heating thermometer in your house.
Exactly
how it works.
And this is true of every goal as well.
Yeah.
Like money is really emotive because as we were saying earlier, but this is what happens with anything you're moving into, whether it's relationships or I can't think of any other topics, but all of them have this same anything you want it because you're not happy where you are. Why? This is the reason, and these are the ways to identify those blocks.
That's it. It's mind-blowing because you can take this exercise and you can literally go, right, I'm going to be an
What do
investor.
I want? Yeah.
What do I want? Why am I not getting it? This will tell you.
Yeah.
And if you do what you did as well, Jemima, by looking at the emotion that it brings up for you when you are looking at your percentage, then you know what to go after because you know what your nervous system's been wired with and you can trace it down if you
Yeah.
choose to do so. You don't have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
So the tapping
And
that
if
we're
you
going
have no idea what that is,
yeah,
we can help you with that.
100%.
Like,
So I
that's, you
literally
know.
trained in this back in 2018 with Margaret Lynch as a tapping into wealth coach. This
Uh-huh.
is my jam. I freaking love this stuff.
Yeah.
So and I'm thinking about running a money course again at some point soon to go through all of the
Do
different
it.
aspects of this because it lights me up to see people go, and this is the key. If you take away nothing else from this session, take this. It's not your fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your nervous system has been wired from a very young age, completely unconsciously, because it's trying to protect you.
Yeah.
And the other thing is this, the other part of that is it's it's not that we do something and it's our fault with money. We are unconsciously manifesting our money to match the emotion that is hardwired in from an early age. So if
Absolutely.
you're full of shame, you're manifesting lots of debt unconsciously because then you feel shame about the debt.
Yeah.
And then your nervous system goes, yay, we're
Yeah.
safe because we know how that feels and
Because
it's
we
not
know
making.
what this is. I know where I am. Better the devil you know. And also, your current situation is feedback for what's going on underneath. So it feeds into each other. Like,
Mhm.
if you are, no money worries, no relationship problems, having a lovely time, we're all good. There's not many people like that on the planet who are completely happy in every area because partly, we're always moving into something new. But if you are significantly far away from where you want to be, you have to do this work.
Yeah. Nothing will change unless and until you do.
You don't,
And
yeah,
as a
yeah,
note for business owners, this is where I see a lot of them come unstuck. And this is a hill I will die on quite happily.
yeah,
You can have the best funnel, the best copywriter, the best strategy, the best coach, the best website, the best blah, 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 blah. Nothing will get you where you want to be until you do the energetics underneath it. I don't care what anybody says. And it's not mindset. It's not mindset.
no,
This
exactly. You
stuff is
can't
what
think your way out of
drives.
it. You have to, like, I wish people could see the vibration. I wish I had a,
Yeah.
like, you have to feel it. You have to experience it. You cannot see it.
Yeah.
This is it's the only way. It is the only way, even if
And
it
it's there whether
like
you like it or not.
so
So
let's
you can
so
try
let's
to mindset
let
it. It doesn't work.
we need to do this bit now. I know we're both like
Let's tap, shall we?
people are
Because
listening. Sorry, people.
clearly,
Too
oh,
excited.
very emotive though. It is.
Woo! This stuff
Um,
changes lives. It literally changes lives.
it really does. It's incredible. So, nice deep breath, people. We're going to help you feel better.
Use our
So
over
if by now you're going, oh my
enthusiasm.
God, this is
Shut
amazing,
up.
get on with it. Gonna get on with it.
Sorry. Excited.
Hands over heart. Just take 3 breaths in for 4 and out for 6. However fast you do that is fine, but try and slow it down. And try and blow it out with an open mouth if you can. Feel your feet on the floor as you do this. Maybe just wiggle your toes. Feel the contact with your feet on the floor. Coming back into your body. And I'm going to have you think about, place your attention on probably the middle goal, right? The one that we did, the one that created the most resistance in you.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to tap to try and start moving this set point barrier now. Okay. So just follow me around we're going to go straight in because we've already tuned in, right? It's already
We're
right
there.
there. So on the eyebrow. Oh, I really do want to earn that much money.
I really do want to earn that much money.
Outside of the eye. But that process was really eye-opening.
But that process was really eye-opening.
Under the eye. I can really feel my resistance.
I can really feel my resistance.
Under the nose. Part of me doesn't believe that I can do it.
Part of me doesn't believe I can do it.
Chin. Part of me is pushing back.
Part of me is pushing back.
Collarbones. There's some kind of inner skeptic in me.
There's some kind of inner skeptic in me.
Under the arm. That's questioning things.
That's questioning things.
Top of the head. That's strongly resisting declaring I deserve this.
That's strongly resisting declaring I deserve this.
Eyebrow. Or that I can do this.
Or that I can do this.
Side of the eye. Or that I have what it takes to make the sacrifice.
Or that I have what it takes to make the sacrifice.
Under the eye. There's a part of me that just dissociates.
There's a part of me that just dissociates.
With the nose. Because somehow this amount of money doesn't feel safe.
Because somehow this amount of money doesn't feel safe.
Yeah. Chin. And maybe there's even a part of me.
And maybe there's even a part of me.
Collarbones, that feels like it's wrong for me to even ask.
It feels like it's wrong for me to even ask.
Under the arm for that much money.
For that much money.
Top of the head. When I really think about this.
When I really think about this.
Eyebrow. It explains so much.
It explains so much.
Outside of the eye. There's something that's been wired into me.
There's something that's been wired into me.
Under the eye that's acting like a set point.
That's acting like a set point.
And when I try and go past that.
And when I try and go past that.
Chin. My nervous system does everything it can.
My nervous system does everything that it can.
Collarbones. To keep me safe.
To keep me safe.
Under the arm. Earning what I've always earned.
Earning what I've always earned.
Not creating a goal that would involve sacrifice.
Not creating a goal that would involve sacrifice.
Yeah. Not making me feel anxious.
Not making me feel anxious.
Keeping me within my comfort zone on the outside of the eye.
Keeping me within my comfort zone.
Under the eye. Maybe there's a part of me that feels.
Maybe there's a part of me that feels.
Under the nose, that asking for that much money is arrogant.
That asking for that amount of money is arrogant.
Chin. Or greedy in some way.
Or greedy in some way.
Collarbones. And I don't have to know the real feeling.
And I don't have to know the real feeling.
Under the arm. And I don't have to know what happened to cause it.
And I don't have to know what happened to cause it.
Top of the head. But I'm seeing and feeling the unconscious discomfort.
But I'm seeing and feeling the unconscious discomfort.
Yeah. Eyebrow. I want to step beyond this set point.
I want to step beyond this set point.
Outside of the eye. And I'm seeing and feeling my hidden drivers.
And I'm seeing and feeling my hidden drivers.
Under the eye. That cause me to sabotage.
That cause me to sabotage.
Under the nose. Or that create struggle and suffering.
Or that create struggle and suffering.
Chin. To keep me at my set point.
To keep me at my set point.
Oh, it's big stuff, right? Keep breathing.
Yeah.
I'm seeing and feeling what's really driving.
I'm seeing and feeling what's really driving.
Under the arm. All my unconscious behaviours.
All my unconscious behaviours.
Oh, breathe into that because it might bring up some stuff. Top of the head. All these autopilot
All these autopilot mechanisms.
behaviours. Yeah.
Behaviours.
Eyebrow that keep me stuck.
That keep me stuck.
Side of the eye. And I'm just going to honour it.
I'm just going to honour it.
Yeah, under the eye. I'm going to honour myself for carrying it.
I'm going to honour myself for carrying it.
Under the nose because I've carried this for decades.
I've carried this for decades, forever.
Yeah. Chin, probably all the way back through my other lives.
Probably all the way back through my other lives.
If indeed you believe in that. All time and space. Collarbones. And even if I don't know how to get past it.
And even if I don't know how to get past it.
Under the arm. I want to reassure the part of me.
I want to reassure the part of me.
Top of the head that does not believe I'm worthy and deserving.
That does not believe I'm worthy and deserving.
Eyebrow. Or capable of earning this much money.
Or capable of earning this much money. There we go.
Side of the eye. That we are all on the same side.
That we are all on the same side.
Yeah, under the eye. You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
Under the nose. I understand what you're trying to tell me.
I understand what you're trying to tell me.
And I know you don't feel safe around money.
I know you don't feel safe around money.
Collarbones. And we're going to do this together.
And we're going to do this together.
Yeah. Under the arm. And even though a part of me Top of the head, might be questioning the brilliance and gifts that I've got.
Might be questioning the brilliance and gifts that I've got.
Eyebrow, or the energy that I've got to earn this much money.
Or the energy I've got to earn this much money.
Outside of the eye. In the time allotted.
In the time allotted.
Under the eye. We're on the same team.
We're on the same team.
Under the nose. I recognise that I've never earned that much before.
I recognise that I've never earned that much before.
Chin, and it's hard to imagine.
And it's hard to imagine.
And here comes the reframe. Collarbones. But the truth is, there's more to me.
But the truth is, there's more to me.
Under the arm. Buried within me is an untapped resource.
Buried within me is an untapped resource.
Top of the head. Of brilliance and boundless energy.
Of brilliance and boundless energy.
Eyebrow. Of courage and enthusiasm.
Of courage and enthusiasm.
Side of the eye. Of inspiration and focus.
Of inspiration and focus.
Under the eye. And of efficient action.
And of efficient action.
And what I've seen so far is nothing.
And what I've seen so far is nothing.
Chin, compared to what I've got inside me.
Compared to what I've got inside me.
Collarbones. So I'm asking for more of my own brilliance.
So I'm asking for more of my own brilliance.
The arm to flow through me now.
To flow through me now.
Top of the head. So that I can welcome these goals.
So that I can welcome these goals.
And last round or two now, I'm speaking directly to my subconscious mind.
I'm speaking directly to my subconscious mind.
Side of the eye, the part of me that makes quantum leaps.
The part of me that makes quantum leaps.
That brings in audacious action.
That brings in audacious action.
With the nose and higher levels of leadership.
And higher levels of leadership.
And I ask my unconscious mind now.
And I ask my unconscious mind now.
To accept and be willing.
To accept and be willing.
For all the ideas and inspirations that are going to come in.
For all the ideas and inspirations that are going to come in.
Top of the head, to act on them.
To act on them.
Eyebrow, with an open mind and heart.
With an open mind and heart.
Outside of the eye, and to recognise the signs of my own genius.
To recognise the signs of my own genius.
Under the eye. I believe that there's more to me.
I believe that there's more to me.
And I'm open to showing myself.
And I'm open to showing myself.
That I can do this.
That I can do this.
Collarbones, that I truly deserve it.
I truly deserve it.
To the arm, that I've got what it takes.
That I've got what it takes.
And I'm going to go for this goal.
And I'm going to go for this goal.
Ooh, come to a stop. Take a nice deep breath. I'm tired now. You may well feel tired after that because it is big stuff.
Yeah, my focus kept coming in and out the whole time I was doing it. I was getting blurry vision.
Yeah. That's your unconscious mind trying to keep you safe. It happens all the time. It's totally natural.
And we're also going into the trance state. We are talking to the unconscious, so you can just zone out a bit.
And that's why sometimes I do that tapping a bit faster, because we don't want to give too much time to get involved in the analysing of what we're saying.
Yeah,
right?
Just do it.
Just do it. So, how do you feel now?
Yeah, a little bit. I feel really grounded, a little bit tired.
Okay.
Feels more purposeful.
Okay.
Like curious, like, yeah, okay, gonna happen.
And do we have 90 more seconds to check back in and prove it?
Yeah.
Amazing. So that little goal that caused all the fracas.
Yeah, I'm gonna write down again.
Point to that again.
And
say, I want it.
I want it.
What's your percentage now?
100%.
I can do it.
I can do it. 90.
Beautiful. I deserve it.
I deserve it. Yeah. I've got, yeah, why not? What's the number? I deserve it. Yeah, I deserve it. 100%.
And it'll probably be really hard.
It will probably be really hard. No harder than anything else.
So it might be a
tell me.
Now then, right? So what might that be if it was
25?
25. So look at what's just happened. You went from 40% I want it to 100%. You went from 70% I can do it to 90%. You stayed at 100% for deserve it. And the hard came down from 80% true to 25. That's the power of the tapping. That's the power of mapping this out on paper so you can see what is driving it.
Yeah. And I think I put 150%
You did. Yeah.
before, and now it's 100. It's like 150%. 100% is better, really.
Yeah, because there's no dissociation.
150 is like la la la, yeah, okay, whatever. 100, yeah, that's 100% is what everything is full.
Yeah. So that tells me perfect alignment
Yeah.
with that now. And the 25% in the it'll probably be really hard and I can do it is probably just the how, right? That you talked about.
Yeah.
And that's completely doable. So
Yeah.
now you're no longer dissociated. You are 100% behind it that you want it and you deserve it.
Mm.
And then your energy, your passion, your enthusiasm, your action take,
Intention. Yeah,
it
everything.
follows. So your intention is set and it comes up through the throat. You've done a lot of coughing. Beautiful. I can't wait to see what happens after
I
this.
know, right? Ooh, I'm gonna check my emails. What's coming in? Oh, amazing. That's so great. And using a subject like money, as we said earlier, is so good to just, because once you shift that, everything else shifts as well. You're not just shifting your money stuff, you're shifting everything because your energy is different, how you show up is different. So whatever you focus on, you're going to improve every area of your life.
100%. Because ultimately we're tackling worthiness and deserving underneath
Yeah.
all this.
Yeah. And money's great because it's a number, it's a thing. You can see it. Like you can't fake that. How much is in your bank account is how much it is in your bank account, you know. Ah, great.
You look all
Lovely.
glowy now. I love that.
I am feeling glowy. I'm going to eat something. I'm going to have a cup of tea.
Amazing.
Just let all of that settle and see what happens.
I can't wait. I
Yeah.
can't. We'll
So
see
anyone
you.
listening or watching, let us know. Tell us what you felt. What comes up next? What do you want to do?
Yeah, get in touch by all means. The
Yeah.
details are in the show notes somewhere where you are consuming this. And we can't wait to hear from you how
Yeah.
that has impacted you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Amazing. Thank you so much.
my pleasure.
Amazing.
See you next
See you
time.
next time. Bye.